Hello and welcome to HMS TechTalks, where we discuss the latest trends within industrial automation and IIoT. Today we're going to talk about CAN, Control Area Network, and how that can be used in Internet of Things. And with me to discuss that today we have Thomas Wageshauser from our IIoT business unit. Welcome, Thomas.
Thanks, Thomas.
Lots of Thomases here.
Yeah.
So, CAN has been around for a lot of years. Why is it still being used?
Yeah, CAN is really along for more than 30 years, but it's still being used because it fits quite well in modern machinery, in small machinery, because it's quite cheap, to be honest, let's say, to implement it. So if you get a microcontroller, you have CAN inside. And I think it's open. So it's not a closed style network, it's always open, and open in different meanings, like open regarding software protocols running on it, so it's flexible. You can use it in cars, machines, battery systems, but also open, you can extend it by yourself. So it's not open source, but it's really open, flexible, and extendable.
Right. And these days everything's being hooked up to the internet, of course. And yeah. People have discovered that CAN is quite useful and quite good for hooking things up to the internet. How does that work?
Yeah. So that's again the thing with being open. So comparing to other networks like Ethercat, where more or less only one device has all the information, in CAN it's, let's say, all devices can access all information. So there's no integrated filtering, and therefore it's quite easy to hook up an additional gateway, for example, and this gateway can access then all data in the network, can modify it and forward it to the IoT. And also with the machinery which is used, small-sized machinery or battery-powered machinery, this is one where CAN fits well due to the low power requirements. There, of course, IoT or internet connectivity or getting the data on your phone is great, because you need to monitor the battery status, you need to want to monitor the machine status, but you don't use a SCADA system for it, which would be way too powerful for this. So this is why I think there are quite some machinery already hooked up to IoT which use CAN.
HMS has been working with CAN for a long time, and how does it work from HMS's point of view? What do we do to hook CAN applications up to the internet?
So I think there are different ways to do it. On one hand, if you have a CAN-based system being run by a PLC, and we have the EVON systems, for example, that use the service port of the PLC. But let's say also if you don't have a PLC, which is quite common in CAN-based systems, only running embedded controllers, then we can hook up a gateway, which is then, let's say, enabling to, let's say, read out any data from the network independent from the protocol, and let's say providing it to, let's say, any cloud using a standard protocol like MQTT or something. And I think the main thing what we offer compared to other solutions is, as CAN is open, as I told you, there's not one standard protocol. So we need to be flexible, but usually flexibility comes in hand with highly complex configuration or even coding. And we found a way how to avoid this. We call it action rules. Sounds funny, but it's really, you can configure your gateway in just a few steps. And then it's more like you get the data you need into your cloud, Amazon, Azure, or let's say HMS Hub.
We have been helping quite a few customers to get connected with their CAN applications. Could you give me a couple of examples of how things have worked?
Yeah, that's a tricky thing, because more or less the HMS CAN solutions are used in so many applications, from coffee machines to let's say oil tankers and so on. So it's hard to take the greatest one out of that. But we have customers that are, let's say, thinking about renewable energy. In Norway, you get the ferries getting battery powered in the meantime, and usually in battery systems you have a CAN network to read out the sensors. And they use this CAN network to, in combination with one of our products, CANnet, to get the data into a cloud to monitor the battery health status. Or even, I think we have one application which is older than the word IoT. We have a German textile manufacturer machinery company They're doing those textile machines, and with the move of the textile industry to India, of course they sold all the machines to India, but the service department was still in Germany. So they used more or less the same product, and we still sell right now, already 10 years ago, to get alerts if the machine was not working as expected. So it's not just nowadays the IoT word, but it's that the idea has been there since quite some time, even with CAN.
All right, that was a little bit about CAN and how you can connect that to IIoT. If you want to know more about our CAN solutions and IIoT, check out our website at except.com or hmsnetworks.com. Thanks very much for listening.